Hoi hoi chummers, this is Dan the GM, and I'm bringing you Season 2 of What the Dice. This season, 5th edition, Shadowrun, homebrew. But we're not here to talk about me, we're here to meet the players.
Hi, I'm Jared. I play P. Dexter, a petty Deckard who has a score to settle.
I'm Ethan. I play Cypher, the street samurai with questions to ask.
I'm Tizzy. I play Voltage, and it looks like we're going into this face first yet again.
Hey guys, Nightland here, and I play Sparkles, that satyr that has a pocket full of dynamite and a booty like how? Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language. Sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
As the camera fades in, we find ourselves in the bullpen of the main Renraku Arcology in the Golden City. Out the windows, we can see the ever-expansive gleam that the Golden City has. Off in the distance, we can kind of see the ocean side. As our eyes slowly scan across the bullpen, we eventually see Simon. Looks like he is coming back from the break room, a cup of soy capped in his hand. He stops, talks to another elf, and then to an orc before returning to his little cubicle. As we make our way there, we see him slowly sitting down in this old office chair, pulling out a tablet. We see a pros and cons list of transferring to the HR department. We look at his computer screen and we see a list of requests. Looks like Simon here works for Renraku's shipping department. He reaches down to grab his earbuds, and as he slowly puts them in and starts to type in a command to open up the music app, we see a strange symbol appear on the comlink screen. We watch as Simon looks at it for a long moment before tapping it. There's a moment, and then the static. Hey everyone, this is Edis Box. So, it took me a little while, it took me some extra bits and bobs, and I got it figured out. So, apparently, I crossed a couple of wires, put in an irregular code, and yeah, that's what was going on. That's why it was randomly broadcasting. But it also means I was able to secure my broadcast, which means it makes it a lot harder for them to track me. Bounced around a couple of times, stuff like that. But, so, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, that's right. The runners. So, they got the car, and they got it to Motor Haven. But now they gotta wait, which is honestly the worst part of doing these B&Es and stealing something. They gotta figure out who to sell it to, how to sell it, and all the crap that goes with it. But that means it's time for them to either find a new job or hope and pray one of their fixers reaches out to them. So, let's go catch up with the team, shall we? So it's later at night. You all have had we'll call it a successful run. And you are now waiting for that payout. So Motorhead did state it will take him some time to find a buyer, and he cannot guarantee what he can get you, but he's going to try getting you the best possible.
Right, which we're also looking ourselves, possibly, or...
Unless you guys have contacts for fleecers?
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Cypher, don't you have a taxi contact that might want to upgrade?
I'll look over at Voltage. I'm like, yeah, I know a guy. I don't know him all that well. I can't say if he would be happy to buy it from us or if he would just rat us out if the payout was big enough.
You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, Yeah, but we've already been burned once. Like, we don't need somebody thinking that they're gonna get rich by turning us in. Like, sooner or later, they're gonna realize that that was stolen.
Especially if that, the one inspector guy that everyone was talking about that showed up.
Reginald.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, that guy showed up because the driver called. I don't want that guy or his friends showing up at my door asking where the car is.
We also don't want the car being driven around town.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna stay here under a tarp.
Well, no, I mean, once it's sold, we want them to get the hell out of Golden City with it. And I think that's what Motorhead is good for.
Yeah, that's true.
At least that's my impression. This man knows his business.
I mean, that's why he's kind of here. So I say, if your gut's saying don't tell the dude, we'll wait to see what Motorhead turns up.
I think that's a safe call.
I can agree with that.
I agree.
See, she continues to be the voice of reason.
Which is weird coming from me.
As you all are munching down tacos and having this conversation, and I'm assuming probably like the parking lot of the taco place, because it's just easier to hang out in the truck and open conversation than being in a fast food restaurant with staticky crap around you.
As long as there's not a lot of earballs in our immediate vicinity, yeah.
I mean, you got a truck you could sit in.
Chilling on the back, flip the gate down.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. Kicking the legs.
I thought we were doing.
I'm with it.
Okay, so I need everyone to roll your edge and tell me what you get.
None of it. He keeps trying to sandbag me with this.
I got one. P. Dexter got 2. Everybody else got 1.
And I've got the lowest pool.
And you
He
got
hacked
the most
it.
successes.
Hey, this is the first time I've succeeded, so
With an edge roll.
yep. Never goes well for me.
P. Dexter, as you all are munching down on tacos, your comlink starts to buzz.
All right, what pops up on my eyeball? Who's calling me?
Eva, your Golden City fixer.
Right on. I'll answer it.
As you answer, you can tell that she has either been just recently woken up or is, on that tail end of going to bed. You can
Oof.
hear the sounds of like a white noise generator, like ocean sounds, like something that someone would use when they can't sleep.
Yeah, there's 2 in my bedroom.
And she is not on voice or not on video, but she's on voice.
All right.
Dexter, are you still in the Golden?
Yep.
So,
Or no,
This-
depending.
it's a yes or no. I got work.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I got a group.
Sweet. You told me about that, I think. Or I saw, I don't know. I heard about it, but okay. Anyway, I got a job for you, and this is going to come across rude. And bear with me. This is just how the job came across my table.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. I got a Johnson who wants an unvetted, unknown team for a meet.
This ain't like the last shit you sent me to, is it? I still owe you something for that. That fucking Johnny John or whatever his crazy ass name was, that guy smoked us.
Technically, I didn't send you. I just warned you about it. And if you're talking about that Kenny Ken guy, yeah, no. The shadow boards are ablaze about this guy. Like, I don't know what drink you guys stirred up, but it is all over the net.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I bet. Petty little frackers. Anyway, the Johnson is... You're stepping into a new league if you get this right. He's a mafia connection. He won't give me details because he wants to talk to an unvetted, unknown team that you're going to be deniable assets.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. I'll shoot you the pin of where he wants y'all to meet him tomorrow at lunch.
Ava, I appreciate the work you send my way. Alright, so real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to join the mafia, but I'm down to take contracts from them, just in case it becomes a conversation and someone approaches you about it.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't know runners. I just have the connections to get Johnsons and runners together. Past that, whatever you and Johnsons talk about, I don't care if you're under their desk making them happy. As long as I'm getting my cut, I'm fine.
I respect that.
Good. Dropping you the pin. Wants to meet tomorrow at lunch.
Thank you.
They've already paid me my 5%, so y'all are good.
Must be nice.
Yep. It's always nice getting paid before you. Bye.
See you.
And the phone goes dead.
Who the hell was that?
My fixer.
What you got?
A meeting for tomorrow lunchtime, so morning for some of you, I guess.
Yeah, juicy.
Mafia.
What?
Oh.
Did they say which one?
No, but unapologetically so. So they're quite clearly not afraid to flaunt it. They're looking
Huh.
for an unaffiliated, the word she used phrase was a deniable asset. So
Oh, cannon fodder.
expendable. Yeah,
It is the mafia, so I mean that's kind of their shtick, isn't it?
yeah. I told her I'm fine with that as long as they're not trying to control what we do. You hire us for a job.
Yeah, I mean, checks out. Sounds typical.
I'm not trying to be on the payroll.
Yeah, no, I don't want to become official mafia lit person, but I'll work for him, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, we're runners, not hitters.
Exactly. We discriminate against everybody equally.
So what time tomorrow?
Lunchtime.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Just finished a run and we might be getting another one.
As cannon fodder.
I mean, isn't that what all runners are?
Would prefer not to be.
Hey, no one says cannon fodder has to get hit by the cannon. Just depends on how good you are.
Or who's calling the shots?
You gotta be better than the ones calling the shots.
Good thing I packed my funeral clothes already.
Wow, I mean, going a little dark there, aren't we?
Yeah, come on, have some faith in us as she elbows you. We're getting ourselves together. Gotta figure it out sometime. Not unless you guys want to go, like, hit a paintball range somewhere. That might be fun.
That's not a bad idea.
I wonder if they make paintball grenades the same way that they do the guns.
Pretty sure they do.
Sparkles, you're literally carrying paint grenades.
Okay, but that don't damage you.
Surprise,
No,
bitch.
Neither do those. They are literally compressed paint.
Oh, well, okay, that's more of a lack of my brain knowledge on things, not hers. So you
Okay.
can- That's
She's
my
like,
bad.
that's what I've got, guys. Glad you said so. Pop.
Yeah.
Does Sparkles have like this little pouch on her side that she can just fling Sparkles out of like a flower girl whenever she wants to?
Well, she definitely has random extra packs of glitter that she can, like, bite open and toss the glitter wherever she wants. But you guys have only ever actually seen her set off one grenade. One.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That had sparkles in it. The other two smoke grenades. No, the one was a fire, the other one was a smoke grenade. The only person who might have seen it would have been Dexter on camera, but not directly. And there was no designated sparkles in that one.
That's disgusting that you would even think about biting into glitter. I wasn't over that, clearly.
You can feel the glitter in your mouth already, can't you?
Ugh, gross.
Over here dying.
Probably worse than cinnamon.
I think
It's
I'd
like
rather.
gritty cinnamon.
Yeah. I think I'd rather have a jar of cinnamon in my mouth and a jar of glitter.
Because you know she doesn't have the thick confetti glitter. It is the finite dust
Oh,
glitter.
Jesus. No matter how hard you try, it's never coming out.
Ever.
None of you asked why she calls herself Sparkles. But to answer your question, Voltage, I'm assuming that was an out of character question. I mean, you don't know. You don't know, but she has enough pockets and fanny packs on her.
Okay.
You don't know what's in them, but there's a lot of opportunity in those pockets.
Phrasing.
I feel like that needs to be a shirt.
There's a lot of opportunity in these pockets.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
You just now getting that one?
Oh no,
wear it.
I mean, you're in my pockets. I'm sure you found plenty of opportunity.
But
All right, so it looks like we're meeting up for lunch tomorrow, right?
Yep.
where exactly are we meeting up tomorrow for lunch?
I mean, we're a team. Do we all just want to like dogpile into Voltage's car and go from there? Or are we gonna like arrive separately as she adjusts an invisible bow tie?
Dan, did she say she was going to shoot me the details?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes a couple of minutes, but eventually it does come across your screen.
All right, right on. Well, we are going to meet at blah.
So,
Let's fill
you
in some
find
blanks.
instead of dropping you an actual location pin, you are given the address, like the actual address of a little like delicatessen.
Okay.
For us, real world, so you kind of have the understanding. It's like those Italian delicatessens. So it's this little like mom and pop place.
Can I go ahead and matrix search this place and see if I can get like a street view pulled up on my AR?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on.
So go ahead and give me a matrix search.
Give me a sec.
1,000.
There you go, smartass. That's a big 2 there, Dan.
All right. Well, with two hits, it's not hard to track an address that's been literally handed to you.
Right.
You get an address for a area of downtown that is known as Little Revea. Revea being one of the major cities in North Adaris, basically what would be our Europe. This area is well known for the food. It is full of these mom and pop places. Corporate ran food stalls here are not a thing. This is all very family oriented and things like that. Doing a little digging, you don't find anything out of place. It's just a little delicatessen. Ran by a little mom and pop. Like there's even the picture of the menu shows like that classic like older gentleman with the older wife that are standing behind a long counter that has that like dome glass in front with all the different deli meats pre-sliced and things like that.
Right on. Looks like I'm gonna eat well tomorrow. Did the meetup say to bring my whole crew or just me?
Nope, full crew.
And any particular dress required? Formal, armed, ready to blast someone in the face? I mean...
No, they wouldn't have asked for us just to kill us. Not the mafia. Not as blatantly as they have. So
Only unless you've pissed them off. Then they probably would. But we haven't done anything to piss them off.
That we know of yet.
You want to carry a strap? Carry a strap. I don't think this looks like I'll shoot them the address link. This place looks harmless.
More the clientele that I would be concerned about than the restaurant, unless, I mean, we get food poisoning.
Well, looks like it's in their neighborhood. They're not going to shoot up their own neighborhood, and they're not going to shoot up these old people's places. So, I think we're pretty safe.
I don't think anyone has any knowledges of mafiosos, do they?
Just gangs
You know
for
what?
me.
Yeah, I don't know. Damn it.
I was about to ask if Shadowrunners knew what Mafia had, like if they were if they were magic users or if they're
So you would need to have knowledge mafia to even begin to understand that. If we're talking
Okay.
like more specifically like Yakuza or other major mafias, there is rumors and you can go off of that, but it's one of those like, you're going off of rumors.
Yeah, I don't think
Now,
my
you can reach out to contacts that you feel like might have the information and they might be able to give you some leeway, but it's also getting late, so contacts might not be awake. But I just want to give you all your options.
Which is, I mean, I have no foundation to prove this, so it can be all assumption on my part, but I thoroughly believe this.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, I know it's shit I saw in movies. And I mean, basic human nature, you know? If they're mafia and they want to take care of their hood, they're not going to shoot it up.
makes sense to me.
But I'll roll like a logic check or anything you want me to, Dan. Don't ever let me get away with just...
Oh no, I like letting you guys get away with some stuff. Like, I'll let you guys get away with some stuff. I'll just... Because it's your character. You guys can make up shit as you go. Just doesn't mean it's right.
Meanwhile, Dad's just sitting
Exactly.
there grinning madly and listening to us come up with our own explanations.
And this is why I don't have a face cam on while you guys are playing.
So your whiskers can't give away secrets. Now, would Golden City knowledge get me anywhere? Or gangs? Probably not.
Gangs won't get you anywhere. Golden City knowledge, you might be able to pin down what mafia runs the area, but it might be a high DC.
Okay.
2. Probably not.
0.
Yeah, no, neither of you have any idea.
Yeah, I'm making this shit up.
All right. So again, are we all like just coming on our own ways, or are we gonna like meet up for some breakfast and take the truck? Taps the bed.
I can meet you there, I guess. I've gotta take care of a couple of things in the morning.
All right.
Voltage, I'll take a ride if you're offering one. Either that, or I'm going to be taking a bus down there. I'd have to look up and see how long that'll take.
always happy to give someone a ride.
All right. Looks like we'll just meet up there then.
Okay, so everyone is going their separate ways for now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go home.
Okay.
Get some sleeps.
Yep.
All right, so your edges will reset because you are all going to actually get a good night's rest.
Huzzah!
So, it sounds like Dexter had something he wanted to do in the morning.
I just wanna log in and put a couple hours in at my job.
So, with your job, you only have to show up weekly.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Well, it's been like 4 days since I thought about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
So, the camera pans off as the night slowly fades into morning, and we see P. Dexter. You are at work, sitting behind the counter. What do you do at this place of your job? Which we've already established in the last episode or episode 2 ago. You work for a mini ER, and you work for a street doc that runs a local mini ER.
I'm gonna say that I go ahead and it looks like what I'm doing for him is monitoring his systems.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll do his cybersecurity
Mm-hmm.
on top of making sure all of the samples that they're putting through are getting
Mhm.
processed and sent to where they need to go. Because I have skills in biotech. So, I mean, he could be something like a lab core.
Mm-hmm. So you're basically his lab tech,
Yeah,
IT/lab tech. So he kind of double booked you because of, it's a mini ER. He doesn't have time to hire like 15 people.
right. And he can just pay me better, and it's convenient for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, making sure his payroll is seamlessly automated, so his people are getting paid, including me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In a pinch, I could potentially do this from home, at least part of my job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just automating his sample system,
Mm-hmm.
so the techs just have to load it in and push a button, and it hits a grid, and those samples just get ran one after another. Just
Yeah.
maintenance.
Drones, they're a hell of a thing. So, you work your time, you clock in, work your time, clock out at the end of the day, and, well, end of the morning, technically. And
lunch breaks, I'm gone after that lunch break.
yeah. So, you get off a little early just so you can make the meat, and
Hey, everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you the mid-roll. So, we're going to keep this short and sweet. First and foremost, let's thank A Relic, Ethan, and Lady Lumi for your continued support in helping us keep the lights on and continuing to do this production. Thank you so much. If you would like to get your own shout out, if you head on over to patreon.com/whatthedice, you'll be able to find us. And not only will you get a shout out on our website and on every episode, but you'll get access to episodes early. I release the entire month's collection on the first day, as well as Nightland and I are working on a project behind the scenes, which is going to be a smaller kind of one-shot podcast that's going to bridge the gap between a couple of things that are going on. So if you want to hear that, definitely at least follow us on Patreon. You'll be able to see if and when that production gets started. So every month I do a promo, and this promo is special. There is this amazing podcast called Tales from the Stuffer Shack. It's a re-release, but they are bringing back some classics. Honestly, me talking about it doesn't do it justice. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and drop that promo for you.
Hello, Stuffer Shack customer. How may I stuff your shack?
That's right. We're back to stuff your shack, chummer. Grab yourself a handful of stuffers, microwave those instant burritos, and get ready to get back to the shack.
Are you Shadowrunners? No, we are Stuffer Shack employees.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. This is really strange.
Returning by popular demand, this re-release of the hit 2017 Shadowrun Anarchy Actual Play podcast follows Mika and Augustus, two underperforming clerks,
I don't think we're getting an award, man. That doesn't sound right.
as they stumble through the trials and tribulations of working the night shift in a Redmond Barons convenience store. Remastered, bigger, bolder, girthier.
I like giving Brad shit. I like ruining Brad's day. I like when Brad ruins my day. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mika.
I think you might have a thing for Brad.
Tales from the Stuffer Shack.
You guys have been going at this for a while.
Yeah, and the sick twisted part is that I can't imagine my life without him.
If you want to check them out, if you look down in the description, you will see all of their links to all their social medias and where you can listen to it. So, that's all I have. Thank you again so much for listening, and I would not be doing this without you. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the episode.
everyone makes their way to this little slice of this foreign world. The hustle and bustle is very different. The streets are closed at lunch. Like, to the point of, they have the raising and lowering traffic barricades that are made from solid steel, so that even if you wanted to run through here, there's a good chance your car is going to get crushed before anything happens to anyone walking the streets. There's always live music being played. It's that kind of environment that makes you feel like you aren't in the Golden City anymore. You're a continent or two away in a small section of the world.
Sounds really nice.
So, I believe we said Cypher and Voltage are cabbing together?
Correct.
Okay. Dexter, are you walking, taking public transit?
Transit, and then I'll get off and walk maybe about a block away from there.
I'll also be
taking a stop to a stuffer shack before heading there, so I'll leave a bit early.
Okay. What are you getting from the stuffer shack?
A new burner phone.
All right. Easy enough to get. Out in less than 5 minutes. In fact, there's a vending machine right out front that sells these cheap phones. Sparkles, how are you getting to this downtown area?
VTOL!
Even for the VTOLs, they make them park on the outside of the barricades. They want this area to feel as much as the continent they left and the city that they're from as possible.
That's okay. She'll walk to wherever they're supposed to be going anyways.
It's only a matter of minutes before all of you meet up in front of this little delicatessen. There's some people outside playing cards, and a couple people are playing chess, and there's the smell of tobacco that's filling the air. And you can see there's a gentleman, an elf, that is sitting outside rolling cigarettes for people to purchase, like actual papered cigarettes.
Now that's something you don't see every day, guys.
What?
Someone hand-rolling paper cigarettes like that for sale.
Oh, where?
You'll point out where the guy's at doing that, over there doing that.
Pit stop.
I bet they're expansive.
I'm gonna walk over there.
As you walk over there, this older elf looks up, gives you a nod. You can see the stack of cigarettes that is, about a carton or size piled high. And you see a small sign that it's 5 Nuyens a cigarette.
Hey there, what you got?
He holds up a cigarette. The best cigarettes money can buy. Tobacco grown from Riviera's wonderful landscape. Papers purchased from there. If you want a taste of a continent away, this will take you there. Only 5 Nuyen.
I'll take 3.
All right. I need you to mark 15 Nuyen off your character sheet. And then make note that you have 3...
The voltage, how much did it run you?
5 Nuyen a cigarette.
How many did you buy?
3.
Well, I mean, at least you were reasonable.
What happens if I don't like it? Then I'll have 2 more to sell back.
I don't think he's gonna buy him back, but...
Somebody else will.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, twice the value you paid for him, right?
Hey, there you go. See?
Walking down the street, heading to the thingy.
Heading to the thingy.
As you get to this delicatessen, the inside you hear that little bell ring as you push open the door. They're busy. There's people that are all dressed very nicely. They're not the most high-end suits, but they're definitely people that either work in nearby offices or come down here for the food. There's a handful of orcs in behind the counter working, as well as a couple of elves ringing people out.
All right. Well, Sparkles will give Voltage a little elbow. Nothing too suspicious, considering it's crowded, it's busy, and be like, "You're up, big man."
Walk right on up.
As you walk up, one of the trolls behind the counter wipes his hands off on his apron and turns.
So, welcome. Can I help you with anything?
We're here to see Mr. Johnson.
You guys must be the cleaning crew. Yeah, come with me.
He leans over, whispers something, and kind of head nods for you to follow him towards the back.
Look behind me with my crew, and then walk forward.
Keep my hands in my pocket and follow.
You walk through a very busy back room. There's stalkers working on counting stock. You see the bread being freshly baked. And he walks over to the freezer and opens the door and walks inside, leaving the door open enough for you to know to follow him.
Hope y'all don't get too cold.
As you all follow in, the hustle and bustle of the storage room kind of starts to disappear as you hear that hum of the freezer. In here you see racks of actual meat hung on actual meat hooks. Going to the very back, he reaches this back corner where there's this rusty meat hook hanging in this corner. He reaches up, and pulls it. Hearing a click, a door that has been hidden opens up. He pushes it open, nods for you to go in.
Sparkles will wait for Voltage since he's he's the leader on this one, but in her comms, because she has her visor, she's gonna text the group being like, dude, this is just like in the movies.
Very much so.
Can I judge intentions?
Absolutely, roll for it.
4.
Guy's just getting you to where you need to be.
In one perspective, his or mine?
He was told to bring somebody here, and you said what needed to be said, so he is bringing you to where he was told that if runners are here, that's where he needs to take them.
Alright, we'll continue forward.
As you exit the freezer, the temperature increases. Once you enter into this warm colored room, you see 2 large minotaurs dressed in pressed suits with this black and silver pinstriping. Their hands are crossed and cupped in front of them, and you see a large wooden table with 4 chairs sat out. And behind the desk, you see a Fomoran, or Fomore, which is a type of troll. He looks a little bit more soft for a troll. The dermal plating isn't as pronounced, but he still has those very pronounced horns and lower canines. He is dressed in a solid black suit. His fingers are in that traditional finger tower, and he is just simply waiting for you to sit.
Well, if he's seeming like he wants us to sit, Sparkles will go over and find a place, one of the 4 chairs to sit. But she is sending a private message to Dexter that just says, damn, look at them horns. Type you can hang off of with a winky face.
And I'll respond with, the only problem is he's got the wrong anatomy.
For you, maybe.
Is everyone sitting?
Yes.
I'll sit.
As you all sit, he lowers his hands softly and slides over a couple of menus.
Thank you for meeting me in such short notice. I've need runners that are unknown. I have a situation that my family needs taken care of, but I feel it is unfair to discuss business without having a meal. Please, order what you like.
Thank you.
Before you on this menu is not what you saw in the deli. This is more, you see steaks, you see salads, you see pastas, you see things that are a little bit upper class in the meals. He reaches his hand up and snaps his finger. A small, lithe elf comes in and sets down wine glasses and fills each glass with a crimson wine before exiting. Are you all ordering some form of food?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We are not the type to turn down free food.
As soon as she's done pouring the wine, I'll tell her, you just let me know when you're ready, love, and I've got my order ready.
She stops, sets the wine bottle down, and produces a data pad and is prepared to take your orders.
Excellent. Okay, so prime rib, medium rare. If it can be the burnt end side, that would be probably the best thing I've eaten in the past couple years. And with Roquefort cheese and garlic butter.
She looks at the rest of the crew, if anyone would like to take their order.
Yes, I would like some street tacos, onion, cilantro, fresh lime juice. So good.
It's hard to imagine that there's street tacos and like high. Did Voltage not look at the menu?
Yeah, she looks at you strangely and looks over to the Fomore sitting at the table. He gives a slight nod, and she writes down your order.
Sparkles will probably end up ordering some kind of fancy steak and potato, like a baked potato loaded.
Oh, loaded potato does sound really good right now. I'll do a medium rare steak and a baked potato because that just sounded really, really good.
She takes the orders down, picks up the wine bottle, and excuses herself. There's a moment of silence as she comes back with the steaks and P. Dexter's meal first. And about 3 or 4 minutes later, she comes with what looks like a to-go box from a different restaurant and sets it down in front of Voltage.
Oh, yeah.
After you all enjoy your meal, the Fomore snaps his fingers and the food is quickly cleared. There's the sound of the white noise generator kicking on as he smiles.
So, I am pretty sure you are all very curious on why my family chooses to work with inexperienced runners in this capacity.
His eyes scan over the group and then land on Voltage.
Absolutely.
So, without going into great detail until you accept or deny this order or this request, we
choose to work with runners of your caliber because of the problem we are dealing with. The person that is in question is well connected with runners and doesn't necessarily know them by name, but can spot a skilled runner in a crowd just by the way they hold themselves. We are hoping that hiring inexperienced runners, you will act as our wild card. He will not be able to detect you as quickly. This is not a one-night mission. This could take some time. Is this something you and your crew are willing to think about?
Give us a moment to discuss.
She'll send a little text over to him being like, well, yeah, I would say that we don't need to talk about it and we could do this.
We should definitely do this.
I got no problem with this. Laying low, being an unknown face.
I see no issue. Could prove to be advantageous later.
Yeah, we're down.
Is there not some type of pact runner to runner?
What do you mean?
Like he wants us to be their wild card against the person in question being a runner.
He said he knows runners. He never said he was a runner, did he? Did I miss that?
He did not say it was a runner. He says that he knows runners. And as a note, just in case anyone needs it, y'all are runners. Your loyalty is for yourself and whom you choose. Other runners will shoot you in the back for enough pay.
Okay.
You get loyalty to your team, not just to all other runners.
Oh yeah, I was thinking with the whole Motor Haven thing, I thought all runners were kind of semi for each other because we're all going about the same thing.
Every runner's a little different.
You make connections and bonds with who you make connections and bonds with, but, I mean, am I gonna go out and deliberately hunt down all other runners because someone wants to pay me good? No, there are people much more skilled than me. But it's not like this guy's a runner. He just knows runners. That's the same thing as, like, a news anchor knowing runners.
Okay. I just need a clarification. It didn't sound good at first, sorry.
No, you're good.
Alright, Mr. Johnson, let's hear it.
He slowly nods as he slides over a photograph of an elf. This elf is well-tailored suit, and his ears are clean and perked and easily seen. His hair is slicked back, and he has on small shades. One of the things you notice is he is wearing a very similar suit to the two men sitting behind this Fomore.
Now, it is not in the family's business to discuss problems outside the family. The father has chosen to reach out because we need some information. This man, he is under speculation. We have to have him tailed. There are a few places I need to know that he goes to and who, or a description of whom he is speaking with, if he is carrying any product or anything like that, if he is doing any drugs or anything like that. So, it's going to be a few things I need you to watch for, and I will help where I can. First and foremost, I will need you all to infiltrate a warehouse. How you do it is of your own accord, of course. But I need you to see if he is taking any product from any boxes that are labeled with a green plant sticker. We'll be particularly interested if he is taking any small glass vials that are filled with a translucent blue powder. Then, I will need you to go to a construction yard. See who he is talking to there. Anyone that doesn't fit the cliche description of a hard laborer is who we are looking for him speaking with. I have it under good authority that he is also visiting a strip club that is outside the family's territory. I want to see if that is true or not. And finally, I need to know if he is carrying around anything and being overly protective of it. The family and I have one rule for this mission for you. Do not approach him. If he approaches you, I don't care if you have to fake a heart attack for him to leave you alone. That is the only rule, is we do not want him to feel as if he is being followed directly. Does this sound like what you and your team can do?
Sparkles will immediately send a text to Voltage being like, yep.
Sounds like something we can do.
As no one else answers but Sparkles. Good to know.
I mean, he said yes before I'd said anything to him, so we're good.
Excellent. Your mark's name is Angelo Gala.
Once we believe we have the information that we need to bring back to you, how would you like for us to meet back up?
Just come here to the restaurant and let them know that you need to speak to Mr. Johnson. They will inform me, and if I am not here, I will find a way to get in touch with you. Or, if you prefer, I can give you my burner comm.
I would like your burner comm.
He pulls out a card from his pocket and slides it across the table.
Now, pay. What are we talking about?
Well, seeing you are unvetted and I don't know you from a piece of prosciutto, I will start with 3K each. And for each bit of information, I will tack on another 1,000. If your investigation leads to anything of substance, we will discuss extra payment from there, and if things lead to the way I believe they will lead to, I will have another mission for you, and that one will pay extra.
Is there any other... Hold on, let me restart that. Is there any more information you can provide for us about the elf himself that we would need to know?
He is what we like to call in the family a made man. He should have enforcers with him, but Angelo has a knack for getting himself in and out of trouble. He does have a temper on him, but for the most part, I have not seen him kill a man without provocation. If you do not draw a weapon on him, the worst he may give you is a savage beating.
So he is armed?
Of course. In our family, it is not uncommon to keep a firearm on you. But if you do not draw on him, our code dictates that he does not draw on you. Unless you are viewed as big enough of a threat, then it is up to him. But spilling innocent blood is not something my family is known for.
Sparkles will send a text to Voltage going, we're going to need the locations of the 3 places, the warehouse, the construction yard, and then he specifically mentioned the strip club, which was outside of the family territory. Is the construction yard and warehouse a part of the family? And can he get us in or uniforms for us to use? Okay, no, I just was thinking about it instead of texting it.
Alright, Mr. Johnson, everything sounds good so far. I'll just need the details of all the locations so that we can track this guy down.
Absolutely. So, the warehouse is on the outskirts of our territory. The construction yard is near the docks. It is still technically our territory, but it shares a wall with King's territory. So, I will let you know which walls I would avoid as much as you can. The strip club is in no man's land. It is known as the Rusty Pickle.
Does your fellow family members know of this investigation of him?
The father and a select few do. My part of the family has been tasked with this investigation.
So there's others apart from us that are also trying to find this information?
No. You are the only team that we are hiring to do this. We are trying to keep as little, how do you runners word it? We are trying to keep as few hands in the pot as possible.
Voltage will turn to his crew and ask if they have any more questions to ask him. Y'all got anything?
If it comes up as a needed item when we get to our planning, if we need uniforms or access to your warehouse or construction yard, can you grant that for us?
He gives what looks like 1,000-yard stares, which anyone would know. He is sending a quick text. After a moment, he kind of looks back and he goes,
I will give you the contact for one of my people. And she is a purveyor of supplies to my people that work in the warehouse and in the construction yards. He slides over a business. She works over in the theater district and is a seamstress. She will provide what you need if you need anything. Granted, you will have to pay out of pocket for it, but I will ensure that you get the family discount, at least when it comes to this mission.
What's the time frame on this?
You have as much time as required. As long as he does not get suspicious, you shouldn't have any issues tracking him.
I've asked all my questions.
I'm good.
I think I'm good as well. I can't come up with anything further.
I'm still sitting here thinking about that steak.
Of course Dexter is.
he slides over a picture of a Eurocar Westwind, which is a luxury sports car that is all blacked out.
This is his personal vehicle. I rarely ever see him without it. Usually it will be him and one other person.
Do you know who the other person is?
Most likely one of his hired goons to help him protect himself. Very rarely do I ever see him without someone else. He does have a brother that works with him, but he is not a part of the family officially. Now, I would like you all to understand, I also need to keep this as hushed as possible. If I do see you speaking to the guard or the paladins or any security agencies and I catch wind that you are discussing this with them, well, I have tickets to you having underwater seats at the docks, if you catch my drift.
I'll have picked up just the last part of that conversation and be like, wait, you got submersibles?
Just gonna give a sideways look over at Dexter.
I'm doing that as well.
Which her like little visor eyes, one goes big, one goes small, as she looks over at him, being like, "You missed a bite," as she points down at his steak.
You look down at my steak and it's the perfectly crafted bite. It's the last cut of steak. There's just the tiny little mountain of cheese left on top of it. I'm about to smash it. And I do.
Well, it seems as if that one is more interested in food, but your team is fresh. If you have no other questions, you may take whatever food you have left to go, and I will see you when this mission is completed. If you have questions, you may reach out to me via the comm.
I have one last question.
Yes.
If we need to purchase anything to have better observation on him, if the need arises, can we get reimbursed for that expenditure?
He thinks about it for a long moment. I will pay for half of whatever supplies you require.
That's fair. Thank you.
Are you sure about that?
Sparkles will look at Voltage and kind of give him that hand, like, if you can negotiate with him, go ahead.
That was towards Mr. Johnson.
I think that's pretty fair.
So are you wanting to haggle that number up?
Yes.
Get him, boy.
Do it!
The Johnson raises an eyebrow at you and...
Well, what do you view as fair, Mr.
Voltage.
Well, Mr. Voltage? If you do not believe that is a fair exchange, what would you suggest?
3/4.
Roll me your negotiation.
That's a 5, baby.
I will meet you in the middle. I will pay back 60% of what you paid.
Meet me in the middle, so it's 62.5.
He gives a smile. You can see these gold teeth that have been capped, and you see this amusement in his eyes as he leans forward, his fingers bridge up, and he lowers his voice just slightly. Mr. Voltage, you are an unvetted, unknown runner team. I'm already paying more than enough for what I am asking for. I am also offering you a second job if the information comes across that I believe we will find. I believe 60% for any expenditures for equipment and ammo is more than just.
60 is fine with me. I was just poking fun at your math skills.
Are you actually saying that to this Johnson?
Fuck it.
That a yes?
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it!
God damn it.
He's a big scary lobster.
Yeah, fuck it.
There you go.
The two guards behind him kind of give side glances to each other as this Fomori reaches across this table and just lightly pats your face.
Mr. Voltage, I have to say, it is not often a runner of your caliber is brave enough to insult me in my own home. Just for that, for this meeting, I'm going to send you all 500 new yen each.
He slowly leaned back in his chair with a amused smirk.
But let's not let that happen again in our meetings. Fair?
Yes, sir.
He snaps his fingers and one of the henchmen behind him produces 4 new yen chips and slides them across the table to you all.
One for me, one for all y'all. Appreciate it.
We'll happily take one and a little thank you nod.
Give him a not a thanks.
Take mine, and then I'll ask him. What was the waitress's name?
He looks past you for a moment at where the elf walked out,
That would be Nora.
Wonderful. Could I order a cup of coffee? I need a little something to pick me up after that.
He raises an eyebrow. Would you like coffee or would you like espresso?
Coffee with a shot of espresso, if I could, sir.
He snaps his fingers, and a few moments pass, and the elf walks up with a pad in hand.
I'll beckon her to get a little bit closer to me.
She takes a step closer.
I'll lean over and I'll whisper, "Can you charge me for this one?"
She looks at you for a moment, and I need you to roll a etiquette.
Oof. One hit.
She lowers her voice and whispers in kind of shallow, "I don't want to offend Mr. Giovanni."
I just want to leave a nice tip for you. Thank you for the meal. It was delicious.
She nods as she takes the coffee order and returns rather quickly with a cup of coffee with this darkened liquid, and the smell of fresh roasted coffee fills the room.
Is it like things nowadays where it's just a little pad I can touch and...
You can either pass cred chips, like Nuyen chips, or you can submit digitally, yes. Either way.
Okay. I just want to leave her 50 Nuyen.
Okay.
What's going on right now? I'm sorry.
I think he's trying to flirt with her.
No, I'm legitimately not. I just really enjoyed that meal.
Oh, okay.
As the team enjoys their few moments finalizing some small notes with the Johnson, getting contact information and directions to where places are, we are going to call this episode here.
As the camera fades in, we see Simon sitting at his cubicle, typing away. Every now and then he glances down at his comlink as the story that seems to play has stopped. He waits, and waits, and waits. The static never comes back. The strange storyteller, the strange DJ that has been known as Eddie Sparks, doesn't come back. He gives a light shrug as he's reaching over for his comlink, as just as his fingers graze the screen and the screen lights up, we hear the static. Hey everyone, sorry about that. I'm running a bit late. So apparently I crossed a couple more wires and I'm talking into my microwave, and it is broadcasting. I don't know how I did this. Maybe I got a technomancer that's messing with my stuff, or a new taco. Or maybe just Eddie Sparks needs to stop fragging around with his wires and hire someone to actually build this thing right. Might give my friends a couple of calls. Maybe Judge can swing by and give me a hand. That's neither here nor there. So, this runner team, that we don't even know what to call them. Well, either way, this runner team has decided they're going to take up this job and work for the Mafia. Now, Eddie and the Mafia get along pretty well. I get jobs from them, I give them work, but there's a rule. You don't join them, because joining the Mafia means joining with blood. Well, most of runners will know that. Mafias will pay good, don't get me wrong. But they're always looking for new men, new women, new anything to bolster their ranks, secure their lands, whatever dreck they got going on. So let's just hope that this team is smart and don't shed blood for the Mafia. But that's neither here nor there. These runners seem like they're on the smarter end of things. Well, my timer's getting close to time for me to cook my dinner, and I need to stop using my microwave as a mic. Dunkles don't know how I did this. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Though it is kind of fun sticking my head in the microwave. Maybe I can get myself a tan. That doesn't work like that, does it? Well, whatever. Well, as always, my friends, stick to the shadows. Always keep your gun loaded. And never make a deal with a dragon. This is Edis Box, and I am signing out.
Hey everyone, Nightland here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.